think out of the 26 or 27. What did you see in him, and what were the types of sets that you wanted to get to, and how much was he able to do to execute within those?
Yeah, just targeting. We have a set point rub. Basically, we were doing a lot of it out of horns. There's a lot of different varieties. The guys did a good job of mixing up things where he hit AR on the back door. One time, AR pop. One time we went over the top of the secondary screener. But that's D-Lo, man. Just playmaking, constantly thinking the game. He kept his word when I told him to take over the game. I told him the first half, stay aggressive. I need you to be aggressive all night. And he did that. And the communication is at such a high level, man. Just everybody communicating, all the guys that played, everybody that, maybe didn't play, guys that are on the inactive list, everybody just engaged. The energy on the bench was supreme. And so that's a hell of a ball club over there. Championship caliber team through and through. And it's great to get this bounce back win against a team like that after what happened here on Wednesday.
Dinwiddie's been a creator, a high usage guy for a lot of his career. He said he's come here and really tried to embrace a role. Would that be typified by that last play there?
Absolutely. Him, Cam, all those guys had a tough matchup. Trying to guard Dame, trying to guard Giannis, and they got shooters everywhere. And so to be able to stay the course. Really, struggling a little bit offensively. Makes a huge three-point shot for us. AD, tweaks his shoulder, whatever, and he just pushes through. It was phenomenal. Great team win.
D'Lo put you in a position, I think, to go up 5 with 4.5 minutes to go or somewhere around there. The Bucks stormed back to take the lead. Just a week ago, we saw Denver. You're kind of in that moment, and then Denver pushes ahead. Like, what character did you guys show in that moment?
I just think guys continuing to have a next play mentality. Not be befuddled by what happened and how did they score, and you have to be aware. But if you overly concern yourself with that type of deal, it could bleed into the next possession. So we recalibrated and went to see how we can attack them on our offensive end and try to get, chew away at the lead once they took it over. So it's just guys staying focused, man. I told them we got to avoid all the frustration. We need to focus. Like when things face adversity, you can't belabor the problem. You just got to, again, buckle down, focus, refocus, whatever you have to do, and concentrate on how you can, as long as there's time on the clock, there's an opportunity to correct things.
Darvin, you mentioned AD's shoulder. Do you know what happened to it, and is that something he's being evaluated?
I think he's got bumped, somebody fighting through the screen or something like that. He's being looked at, so we'll see. We'll have an update tomorrow at some point.
Darvin, kind of a bigger picture look at what happened tonight. If you think back to D'Lo struggling in December, really when trade rumors first started to percolate, I guess his name was out there a lot. And as someone who's been around this league a long time, have you ever seen someone handle it the way that he's somehow turned his season completely around? In the new year and seemed totally unfazed.
Yeah, I mean, he's been through that. He and I had conversations. I won't go into detail, but he and I had conversations about that very thing. And I don't call it unfortunate, but it's just a reality of our business. His name is being thrown around because he has value and he's worth something. Other teams see that. He's an all-star player, and so you're gonna have all type of things being thrown around, and from secret sources or whatever the case may be. But we know, we extended him for a reason. We wanted him to be a part of what we're doing here, the core group that we brought back, and until that day comes and goes, and you see that everyone is really being honest and true with you. You're gonna have that stuff in the air, and you just try to manage it the best you can, remain professional. And he did just that. He submerged himself in his work, got back on the court, worked on his game feverishly, and then got the opportunity to get back in the starting lineup. He hadn't looked back since. That game in Utah, Bron was out. He dropped 39, and he's just been balling, man. And his leadership has come through. His dialogue that he's having with everybody, the way he's seeing the game, he's making winning plays. I mean, he's been unbelievable. And I told him in OKC when I took him out of the lineup, he and I talked, and we said I have our one-on-ones, and I just can't express enough of how I enjoy coaching the kid.
That's a heavy Darvin Ham right there, no doubt about it. Just take a look